Joe Flacco has averaged 351 yards passing the last 3 games, and he faces the number 2 pass defense in the NFL this season in the New York Jets. The number 1 team for pass defense, the Cleveland Browns. Interesting matchup here. I'm sure we all thought we would be getting Trevor Siemian versus Joe Flacco when the schedule came out to start this year. Let's break down this game and see what we like. Looking at the Wager Talk live odds page, I've got a total at 35 and the spread -7.5. So the books are not only giving the Browns a touchdown, they're adding that hook on there, which makes this spread really, really interesting to break it down. So let's take a look at these two teams and see where we can come up with a bet at this game. I do have a bet that I really like. So I'll start with the Browns. And Joe Flacco, it has been all about his passing attempts and his passing yardage. This guy's thrown the ball 42 or more times in all 4 of his starts. 368 yards against Houston, 374 against the Bears, and 311 against Jacksonville. Before that, he won the games against Jacksonville, Chicago, and Houston. The first game, they lose 36-19. That's at the Rams. That loss does not look very bad right now. The Rams are playing top 5 football in the NFL right now. So that loss doesn't look that bad. He's got 3 wins, and I'm looking at these totals: 31-27 against Jacksonville, 20-17 against Chicago, and 36-22 against Houston. These all have gone over this 35 total. So what do we get from the New York Jets if we're looking at overs in this one? Well, first off, if you want to look at the spread, it's pretty alarming how the Jets have been on the road the last couple times. 30-0 loss at Miami, 32-6 loss at Buffalo, and they lost to the Raiders 16-12. They did get a win at the New York Giants in overtime, 13-10 in that crazy game that Zach Wilson started. So those were since the bye week, but most recently in their last 3 road games, not very good. We're going to get Trevor Siemian at quarterback again. And when I'm looking at this total, which is the play that I'm gravitating towards the total because I actually think this 7.5 is about perfect. I don't know if there's much value because I do think the Browns win. I think they're the more complete team. They've got a little bit more motivation to play for this playoff seeding. And Joe Flacco is getting some really nice contract incentives with every win that he has. So I'm going to stay away from the spread. I think if it was below 7, I would take the Browns. But we get the 7.5, and I just don't think there's value there. So I'm looking at the over 35 here, and here's why. So the Jets last week, 30-28, huge total, but that's against the Washington Commanders, who obviously are pretty bad, and they're like a dead team walking, no motivation. The coach is probably getting fired. And before that, only 30 points against Dolphins, but Zach Wilson started that game, got hurt. Trevor Siemian comes in, not ready to play. And then before that against Houston, they win 30-6, and that gets us over this 35 total. So when I look at the Jets, they have a great pass defense. We know that, but the rush defense is not very good. Now, can Cleveland take advantage of this? Well, they're only averaging 1.8 yards a carry the last 2 games, but the rush defenses that they were playing ranked very good for the season, Houston and Chicago, and they just continue to ride Flacco and Amari Cooper and David Njoku and all of those guys. And I think there's going to be enough points to go over. I'm not impressed with this Cleveland Browns defense. They gave up 22 to Houston that Davis Mills was a quarterback. They gave up 17 to Chicago, and they gave up 27 to a Jacksonville team that's been struggling. The Browns have a lot of injuries on the offensive line and in the defense. So I think the Browns are going to give up some points to Trevor Siemian, who gets his 2nd start in a row. He's kind of knocked some of the rust off. And Breece Hall looked like a monster last week. Hopefully he's not exhausted for this short week, as he had, 32 touches, 12 catches, and 20 carries. But they're going to ride Breece Hall, and I think they'll have some success against the Browns. And for the Jets, I know they rank great in pass offense, but Joe Flacco is going to throw the ball 40-plus times. He's done it every game that he started. The Browns know what's working for them right now, and that is Joe Flacco throwing the ball all over the fields. I'm not worried about these pass defenses shutting down the other team because I think Joe Flacco is going to have success just by sheer volume. And I think the Jets are going to have some success with Breece Hall. And this 35 is really, really low. This is a New York Jets team that was just in a 58-point game against Washington. And you look at this Browns team, they've gone over this total in the last 3 games that Joe Flacco has started. So I'm going to take the over at 35. That's going to be my play. And just want to tell you guys, we have a great promo going on, Holiday 7. The promo code Holiday 7 gets $30 off a 7-day pass. It is an absolute no-brainer. Instant discount from $99 down to $69. It includes 5% plays, which we have a 5% NFL play that is up right now. No reason, just get one play. Take advantage of the 7-day pass and take advantage of this $30 discount from $99 down to $69. 7-day pass, all sports, all percentages. Andy Lang at wagertalk.com. Guys, please hit the like button. It really helps the algorithm out. Leave me a comment. Tell me what your best bet is for this game. I love reading the comments and seeing where everyone's at. Good luck on all your plays, and we will see everyone next video.